Hi everyone, I hope you're well. So I've just done a fresh installation of Windows 11. I've upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11, and as a result I've installed Adobe Illustrator out of the box, not carrying over any of my preferences. And I've done that for one of two reasons. I've done it so that I can see how Illustrator actually want me to use the software, so obviously they're going to set it up out of the box how they envision people using it, and B, just so that I can see how new users will come to the software, so that I can see if there's any problems that I encounter, and as a result hopefully I can share a little bit of knowledge how to resolve those problems. Now what I didn't expect to find is that I've found a problem almost immediately, which is one that's only small, it's only niggly, but it is quite frustrating. And I can see as a new user it might seem like quite a difficult problem to fix. There's so many options within Illustrator that you might not know where to go, and there might be some places that you feel like's the obvious answer, and that's not actually where the issue lies. So all I've done so far to get to this point is I've opened up my fresh installation of Illustrator. This is the first project I've come to work on. I've gone on File, I've created a new artboard, a new project based on the A4 template, because that's what this is. This is an A4 document that's going to go to print. And yeah, straight away I've run into an issue, and the issue relates to the shapes that I've created. So these shapes here was all supposed to be like a royal blue, but they're not. They're all the grayscale version of, shall we say. So if I just go to click on these shapes, go to change the color of them, you'll see how it's not actually changing the color to the color that I'm selecting. What it's actually doing is just creating a grayscale version of that, and that's no use to me. It's probably not much use to you. It seems to be a really weird setting. I'm definitely surprised that it's a default option. Because there's not many people that would choose to work in grayscale, and if you did want to work in grayscale as like an actual style, then you would just choose grey colours. Like you wouldn't be working in a grayscale format. I certainly wouldn't anyway. I'd just be actually choosing greys in a CMYK or RGB format. So that's really weird. So the issue actually lies, if you click your shape and click window, it lies within this section here, which is the colour panel. Now you can bring that up as a shortcut by pressing F6 if you're on Windows. If you're on Mac there will be a shortcut, but I'm not too sure what it is. I'm not a familiar Mac user. So with that colour panel open, we need to go to this burger menu here, and you'll see that grayscale is ticked by default, and that's your issue right there. That's the problem, and what we need to do is we need to change it to CMYK. So when we change it to CMYK, we can see that the colour that I last picked earlier is now shining through, and the problem is resolved, which is good news. So once the problem is resolved, there is a little bonus point which I would just like to make. So what happened is I filmed this video already once, and then as soon as I'd stopped recording and I thought I had the problem solved, another problem occurred, which was, let's say for instance you click this shape and now you go to create another shape based upon that, something like that. You'll see that although I've changed this shape from grayscale to CMYK, it's not changed the rest of the shapes. And then if you select one of those other shapes, for instance like that one to create that shape, what Illustrator does by default is it carries across the properties of the previous shape that you've created or that you've got highlighted into the new shape. So if I was to tick this one and create a new shape, you'll see that it's carrying across the blue. If I was to tick this one and create a new shape, you'll see that it's carrying across that grayscale property, which we don't want. So it's just a word of warning, really, to make sure that if you are experiencing this issue where shapes are appearing grayscale, that to resolve them by ticking CMYK and then choosing the colour that you want, and just making sure that if you don't want your shapes to be in grayscale, you don't then click on a shape that is in grayscale and then go on to create other shapes from that, because it's almost like a virus. It's infecting the next shape with that grayscale property which you don't want. So the best advice that I can give you is just to delete the shapes out that are in grayscale format and just work with these shapes which are now in the correct format for you. One thing that I did think might be an option, and it may well be an option that I'm just not aware of, so hopefully somebody can help within the comments, is that if you have got quite a few shapes and you've only just realised that you're in the wrong colour format, as far as I'm aware, there's no way to change them on bulk. So with those 3 shapes selected there, you can see that this option is now greyed out. So there's no way to change them by bulk. Even though these are all the same CMYK property, I can't change them all to grayscale or all to RGB, which seems really weird that you can't do that. So like I say, if anybody knows the answer to that and anybody can say, oh no, this is how you actually do it, this is how you change them all to this certain colour profile, then please let me know. Please drop a message in the comments. Just to confirm, it's not that it's set up in the colour mode, because the colour mode is CMYK, as you can see there, for the entire document. So it's nothing to do with that. So if, like I say, if you do have an answer or you do have any comments or experiences for yourself, just drop them in the comments. But other than that, I hope that this really does help somebody. I hope. Of course, I don't want you to have these problems, but if you have had this problem, I hope you found this video. I hope it's helped you out straight away, and you can just go back to designing and just getting used to the software and getting to learn the software. And yeah, I just hope it helps. And if it has helped, then please drop me a like, please drop me a follow. It's the best thing that you can do for me to help build the channel, and of course it's free as well, so that would be really appreciated.